Hey everybody! Alright, I'm commenting once again on the Bank of Japan and the issuance of Japanese government bonds. I know some of you are getting sick of this, but there's some wise guys out there who still think they know what they're talking about, but they don't. So anyway, I found this from the Public Finance Law of Japan, and this is Article 5 of the Public Finance Law. This is a statute on the books in Japan. This is law. So Article 5 says, I'm going to read it. Okay, all matters concerning the issue of public bonds shall be undertaken by the Bank of Japan, but the Bank of Japan shall not lend money. It says, under certain circumstances, the Bank of Japan is able to lend money in an amount approved by the Diet. That's the Japanese legislature. Okay, so if the Japanese legislature grants the Bank of Japan the right to buy bonds, then it can do it. But that has not happened. That's what they're discussing now with this so-called helicopter money. Okay, but right there in the law, which is what I have been saying. And same thing here in the United States with the Fed, okay? The central banks are precluded by statute from buying directly from the Treasury, or in the case of Japan, the Ministry of Finance. Okay, they operate the sale of the bonds, but they are not themselves allowed to buy the bonds. That's a statute. I put it up here. The link is up here on the info part of this video. Now, at the end of this week, Thursday and Friday, the Bank of Japan is meeting, and they are discussing this so-called crazy concept of helicopter money, because it's very, very bizarre what's going on. If you read the budget information put out by the Bank of Japan, it's mind-blowing because they are so out of paradigm. They compare their budget to a household. They literally say that. They're like, they give you an example. Imagine if a household spent more than its income, where a household doesn't have the ability to issue its own currency. So they are so whacked out on this. They're just so wrong. So now they're discussing granting the Bank of Japan the power to buy directly, and these bonds will be not negotiable. They're not going to be tradable. They'll just be held forever by the, kind of like the Social Security Trust Fund a little bit, right? And then the government of Japan will use that money, quote unquote, which is ridiculous because they have the power to issue all they want. But I mean, if you read their fiscal perspective, okay, I mean, it'll blow your mind because they must be listening to Kyle Bass. It must be written by him. It's like, we have no money, and this is going to be a burden on future generations. And suppose we were a household and we were spending more than we, taking in. Your income or their revenue, right, is dependent on 100% dependent on them spending those yen into the economy first, so people are even able to pay their taxes. Otherwise, how do they pay their taxes? So it's really crazy. But anyway, there is the law. They're thinking about changing that law or figuring it. It's kind of like, remember when we had that big debate going on here with the platinum coin, minting a $1 trillion platinum coin. Remember that a few years back, which the Treasury has the power also in the statute to mint a coin, a platinum coin of any denomination. You could literally wipe out the debt, which there is no debt anyway. But I mean, if you want to say that there's a debt, you can wipe that out with printing or minting a 19 trillion platinum coin. It's very easy. Well, that came up when we were facing this ridiculous debt ceiling. Okay, our debt ceiling is kind of like the Japanese belief in they're out of money. All right, but we do manage to get around it. So do they. So we'll see what happens. But if they do go with this helicopter money on Friday, watch out, because the yen's going to get crushed, man. And the Japanese stock market's going to fly, and the U.S. stock market's going to fly. Everything's going to fly. And gold is going to fly. See you later. Bye-bye.